Hey guys, Gamer of Gamers in the Zone, and welcome to the finale of Epic Battle Fantasy 3. In the last episode, we had taken down the zombie dragon, and now I am gonna, real quickly before we get to Akron, see if there's anything in here. I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure that we have, like, just about every item and piece of gear in the game at this point. So I can't think of anything else that we could possibly get our hands on. Aside from just heading straight to Akron now. Another thing. Before we go to taking on Akron, there is one item I have neglected to use up till now, which is my stat buff items. So, aside from key items and these miscellaneous items that are designed for foraging, or some being used for specific things you can do against enemies in battle, and of course the food items, which we should have plenty of here, there are stat buff items which I have not been using. These items are stat boosting items that permanently boost the stats of a party members. Like this one permanently increases HP, permanently increases MP, like basically permanent increases to all stats for these. I have neglected to use these till now. However, since we are at the final boss, if you have not used these stat buffing items till now, this is the best time to take the time to look through what you have and use these items. Because while our characters have good stats, I'm gonna want us here to take the time to just give us some stat buffs. And think carefully about who needs the most health here, like Natalie. Because Natalie seems like she doesn't have a lot of health. So I kind of want to evenly balance out the HP for party members, so that's why I did that. Yogurt permanently increases MP. Let's put, it buffs up to 10 each. So I think in terms of what we have, let's put Matt up to 400, Lance up to 500, and then have the rest go to Natalie, because Natalie's going to need the most MP, since she doesn't have a weapon that can be used well to restore MP. I mean, she does, but it doesn't have the best stats, so I don't want to have her equipped with that. And then we have the bacon permanently increases attack. Obviously, we don't want to use any on Natalie, since Natalie focuses all out on magic attacks rather than on regular attacks. So it'll be better to focus, I'd say, the vast majority of these towards Matt, maybe some towards Lance, since Lance does also have a few regular attacks as well, such as his iconic unload. But mainly, I want to focus the vast majority of those towards Matt. We have the beef, permanently increases defense. We're going to want some of this. There we go, some decent stat buffs. Permanently increases magic attack. Think carefully about who deserves this stuff, because mainly, I'd say we'll probably want to focus the vast majority of this towards Natalie. Because Natalie's the one with the highest magic power. Lance does have some few useful moves, though, that it does make it kind of worth giving to them as well. But mainly, I'm focusing the magic attacks towards Natalie and a bit towards Lance. The chocolate permanently increases magic defense. Think carefully about who this should be given to, since you only have so much of it. Of course, giving the vast majority of it to Natalie. Lollipop permanently increases accuracy. I'm just gonna evenly distribute this across the party so they all can hit targets well. Gummy Bear permanently increases evade. I'm also gonna evenly distribute this across party members. Let's go for Matt and Natalie in terms of evasion. And with that, we have our setup for this final battle. So that being said, I'd say we're all set now for the final battle against Akron. Let's go. There he is. I'm having second thoughts. He totally owned us last time and he'll do it again. This is our first time we've ever acted like a coward. Now's not the time. This is gonna be our greatest moment. We're so dead. Let's get out of here. We can still go back and practice some more. No, there's not really much more you can do at this point to level up. You're already at max level. I already used all of the findable stat buff items in the game. So, well, let's do this. Lance, shut up. We'll be fine. We've gotten this far, haven't we? Just shoot and stab him like you've always done. I'll back you up so you won't die. I can't believe she suddenly has more guts than us. Can't let a girl lead the party. I'm in. Shameful, really. Alright, let's send him back to the void. Aye. This is it, folks. Time for the final battle against Akron. Our entire battle has been leading up to this rematch, so let's go. Alright, so let's start by scanning some of these side enemies here. The Rune Claws, type Energized Blade, casts elemental spells based on its master's status, can also heal and buff. Of course, we have Akron, ancient deity, has lived for billions of years, can change elements and attack patterns. So do not rely too much on what the scanner shows you, because throughout the fight, he will change his weaknesses and resistances. Keep that in mind as you fight. That claw is storing energy. Better kill it off quick. Ah, it is them who have awoken me. Let us see if they are worthy to stand before me. Yeah, that claw deals massive magic attack damage, so let's at least lower its the damage it deals. And it's very weak to poison right now. Pay close attention to its weaknesses, because I'd say a good number of its resistance, a good number of its forms are weak to poison. So it is very useful to focus directly on attacking Akron while he's poisoned. Millions of years I have lived. I have in my memory the early days of this planet, when Earth was but rock and fire, before other life had begun to evolve. Okay, what are his current? Okay, weak to dark attacks. So I'm gonna focus on using Screamer, so I can focus on some high-level damage on some of those claws. Magic defense. And of course focus a Pulsar, because we need some high-level damage on those Rune Claws. So we want those taken out as quickly as possible. The Rune Claws have no resistances or weaknesses, stat-wise. They do have a lot of resistances in terms of status effects, so My advice, just focus on whatever your strongest attacks are. So I'm, of course, using the bomb attacks, and oh, of course it missed one of them. I think it's, yep, it's whipping out healing spells. Akron has two forms. Not only can he alter his stats, but he also has different forms as well. And yeah, they are quite dangerous. So take the time to really think carefully about your plan of attack. Let's go ahead and give a scan. We have the Evil Worm and Evil Tail. I believe the last enemies to add to all of this. Fairly simple enemies and can also be taken out rather easily, in my opinion. So I'd recommend... Oh dear, starting out with that attack, okay. Perhaps I existed long before even that, but I am unable to recollect further into history. Don't attack Natalie, please. Okay, good. Thank you. I am in a bit of trouble because the regen bunny is down. Lance is currently in a bit of trouble himself. Natalie is really low on health as well, so I think I'm going to focus this turn towards casting, let's say, Power Metal. Though I think no matter what I do, I think Natalie's guaranteed to die right now, because all of her defenses are currently down. Meaning that all it would take would be a strong attack like that to kill her. We're in a lot of trouble right now, if Natalie is already down. So let's get that magic attack up, or magic defense. Go ahead and cast. Let's focus all out on taking out those rune claws. If this is enough power to take it out at least. No, of course it's not. Meaning that now we could be in a bit of trouble. Please don't... Oh dear. I have lost all memory of the world from which I came. That is a very dangerous attack. We'll want to get ourselves properly... I'm in trouble. Because, I don't have the best defenses right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, revive Lance, get our magic attack up once... Actually, you know what? I think Lance is guaranteed to go down again, so I think I'm going to have Natalie focus all out on defense this turn, and just have Lance focus on healing Natalie. Because we're in a lot of trouble right now if everyone keeps dying like this, because Akron's unleashing his strongest attack that can easily kill you if you don't have any kind of dark resistances. Okay, we somehow managed to survive all that, but only barely. So let's revive Lance, and I'm going to have him unleash his Limit Break. Because we need to unleash some strong attacks now if we want to take out all those other enemies. Because as long as those rune claws remain in effect, there's going to be no end to this. So let's get our regular defense back up. Of course, they go all out on the magic attacks. Countless times I have been weakened and enslaved, yet ultimately I remain, while my enemies succumb to the flow of time. Oh my goodness. I may have to rethink my strategy right now because he is destroying us right now. Let's dispel him so he doesn't have such high stats. But I'm in trouble right now because I don't have much I can do at the moment. I don't have much of an opening to... Nothing's going... Alright, let's get Guardian activated. Of course, a bunch of healing spells are being activated right now. And there goes its weaknesses. And Natalie's stat buffs are down. My goodness. We just started the battle, and already we're on the verge of death. All of his stats are near full, so there's nothing I can do about that. I may have to rethink my strategy for this, because we're actually in a lot of trouble right now. Give Guardian to Natalie. Yeah, these guys just keep dispelling us and everything. I witnessed species evolve and head to extinction. I wonder how long man will survive. Okay, I don't want to activate Natalie's limit break just yet, because despite where we are now, I still feel like we have a chance. So let's go ahead and get another... Oh, I can't activate Scream right now. Right now he has that up. So why don't we focus on just simply trying to... As well as the fact that in his current form he has resistance to poison, so I can't do anything there. Let's just have Matt focus his turn towards dispelling his magic buff. Lance, you focus on casting some airstrikes, because we really need those rune claws taken out. Big time. And then Natalie, what do I want Natalie to do? Let's just keep having Natalie unleash some strong attacks. Most specifically, let's go with Judgment for Natalie on this rune claw here. Because these rune claws need to go down. Not more healing moves. And of course we just got dispelled. Alright, time to activate Natalie's limit break. With this, we should easily be able to mop the floor with everyone here. So, I know I probably shouldn't do this since it'll heal Akron, but I want to activate that so we can get a strong airstrike on these guys, because they need to go down as soon as possible. And they are still very strong. And they dispel us immediately. Great. Alright, I know this is going to have its risks, but I need to take down that Rune Claw. So I'm going to have Lance focus all out on attacking the Rune Claw. Alright, now, Natalie, you whip out the regen. And then let's have Matt go ahead and get the defenses back up. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's the Dispel move again. Alright, let's get the magic defense back up some. And then, what I want to do next is, I want to these two side enemies are weak to poison attacks. So it is within our best interest to take some time to go ahead and poison some of these guys. Don't worry about Akron, because I believe... No, come on! All things must come to an end. Planets, stars, entire universes, even gods. Perhaps my destiny is simply to be destroyed. So there's the random chance that, as you can see, the random chance that a cosmic monolith can enter the battlefield, and depending on where your defenses are, this thing can easily destroy you. Luckily it didn't, but yeah, that's just for your awareness. Alright, we're definitely going to want to take that thing out as quickly as possible. Because, yeah, I am not a fan of the cosmic monoliths. Still unleashing some strong attacks, though, for sure. Okay, Akron's going back to his true form now. I like to consider that to be his true form. It's probably not his true form, but that's what I like to consider. Come on, that's the worst time for that to happen. Alright, I'd like to consider using Annihilate, but sometimes it doesn't have the best odds. So I think what I'd like to do right now is focus an attack on the Rune Claw to take that out. Is the Rune Claw down? Okay, yes it is. Then whose turn is it next? Let's keep having Lance cast some airstrikes on the Cosmic Monolith, because we need that Cosmic Monolith down as soon as possible. And yet I am immortal. My freedom is my captivity. I shall not die. Dispelled? Why do I always get dispelled at the worst possible time? Alright, well I need that activated, so we can all regenerate. Let's cast Oblivion so we can take out that Cosmic Monolith. That's all the damage it did? Seriously? We may be in trouble. Let's consume a pizza, since we all need to get ourselves healed up for whatever Akron's about to unleash next. Which is, of course, a super strong attack. And, of course, we have this attack that'll also probably kill at least one of us. Yep, there goes Matt. And this thing's probably about to kill Lance. Oh my goodness! We are in a lot of trouble if we're dying this often. So for now, let's... I don't know what I want to do now. Because now we're just in a lot of trouble. Let's just cast a Power Metal so at least Matt can heal a little bit. I delight at your power. Such incredible power. And I need to take that down. Oh my goodness! What is this? I'm getting hit by the most ridiculous stuff. I don't know, guys, but this final battle is going to be a long one if it keeps going like this. Alright, dispel it. Dispel everything immediately. Okay, I'm fine with him bringing back the Rune Claw, but I need to take out that Cosmic Monolith. There's got to be something I can do about it. Alright, stop doing that. I need to take out the Cosmic Monolith. And, of course, it's still going to take one more hit to take out. Perhaps man does have a future on this planet. We shall see if he is above God himself. And we're getting hit by another one of these. It's likely that Matt's going down again. And that thing stunned Natalie. Seriously? That is the worst time for Natalie to be getting stunned, when Natalie needs to use a turn to revive Matt. I'm just getting hit by everything right now. Alright, right now, let's dispel the Rune Claw, because the Rune Claw is about to unleash a strong attack that thankfully missed. Dispelled? Why do I get dispelled at the worst possible time? I swear I'm getting hit by the worst possible things every turn. Alright, you know what? Akron does not have any resistance to poison in this form. So I'm gonna go ahead and start poisoning Akron up. And of course it dodges. It dodges these attacks at the worst possible time. Don't stun Matt, please. I'd hate to do this, but I kind of need to have Natalie waste a turn casting a heal more or something. But we need to get healed up for whatever may come next. We need to cast as a spell so that Cosmic Monolith doesn't destroy us with its next attack. And of course, okay, Matt's going down again this turn. At this point, I may just have to leave the Cosmic Monolith out on the field, because there's nothing else I can really do. So I feel like at this point the entire fight is just going to be me being highly reliant off, like, whatever I have. Alright, I'm gonna try taking this turn to at least get our regular defense up. Because I'm tired, and of course they focus all out on magic attacks. And of course it immediately gets dispelled. Alright, we're almost at full stats, so I think what I'd like to do... Alright, cast the Regen Bunny. Have Matt cast Power Metal. Tell me that at least takes out the claw. Okay, good. And then I'm gonna cast Poison Gas, so at least this thing gets poisoned and Akron gets poisoned a little bit more. Alright, I'm gonna need to dispel that again, for sure. Natalie's ultimate limit break move hasn't been activated yet, so... Alright, get magic defense up. Matt, you're gonna dispel them, like always. And then we're gonna continue to poison Akron, because as long as we can poison Akron to the best of our ability, we should be good here. Alright, luckily we have high magic defense for this, that it shouldn't kill anyone. Attack Natalie, come on. Why does everyone keep dying at the worst possible time? I swear this is what keeps happening, and it's like there's nothing I can do. Every time. Alright, I'm gonna have Matt cast some poison moves on Akron directly. Because Akron needs to stay poisoned so this fight keeps moving forward, instead of being stuck on the same stuff. And Akron's preparing a strong attack. So let's go ahead and dedicate this turn to buffing our magic defense and getting some of our defenses ready. Alright, Dispel to weaken him. And then Lance, I think I'd like you to focus on casting an airstrike on that Rune Claw. Or no, actually, let's go ahead and cast some more Poison Gas, because I'd like to Akron to remain as poisoned as possible. Alright, and then... Okay. Luckily, Natalie's immune to that. Those guys are getting hit by stuff. So now I can have the Limit Break activated so we can get some high-level stats and get going with some strong attacks. We need that Cosmic Monolith to go down is what we need. Because that Cosmic Monolith has been in play for far too long now. Of course, I don't think Matt has any attacks that can take it down. Aside from maybe Ragnarok, but... not sure what to do about that, so why don't we instead... Those guys are going out on the next turn. And he has resistance to Holy at the moment. So let's hold on to Matt's Limit Break for now and cast... I don't know what I want Matt to do right now. Because currently he doesn't have a whole lot at his disposal. I could use Ragnarok to finally take out that, this thing. Because, like, let's see, how much damage does a regular legend attack do? Okay, not much, but it did enough to finally take that thing out. Oh boy, a strong gun attack. That I was not ready for. Alright, I don't think I want to unleash Cleaver just yet, because right now Akron is the only one that's out. So because of that, I'd say we're good to just focus all out on directly attacking him. Okay, he's going back to that form, whipping out a few side enemies. The annoying ones that can only be harmed with magic attack. And come on, why that move? Out of all the moves you could have done. That is the worst possible move you could have made. Alright, get that activated. Let's have Matt use his limit break on one of the rune claws, because I'm really not a fan of those enemies. And then cast, let's see here, only fire and holy moves. Luckily, those guys don't have any resistances, so why don't we cast Bullet Hell on this rune claw right here. And of course, vast majority of it misses, so the rune claw still isn't dead yet. And it just altered its weakness. Alright, Lance, you need to use a turn to get yourself those stats recovered. Natalie. Okay, wait a minute. What's that? Its current weakness. Its current weakness is poison. So let's focus towards poisoning Akron. And then we need to hurry up and take those guys down. So why not cast a widespread firestorm? Because that should take down one of the rune claws. Of course, it goes healing. Nothing too much to worry about, though, at the moment. Of course, Matt aims for the wrong stuff. Anyway, I'm going to focus this turn towards getting the barrier up. And then those guys aren't weak to poison, so let's not go after them. I think I'd like to focus towards casting a med pack on Matt to make sure that Matt doesn't die. Vast majority of this fight has just been about me trying to survive at this point, and we've done a good job thus far, but we still have a ways to go until we actually defeat Akron. So let's continue poisoning Akron. Keep that regen bunny activated just to be safe. And then, Lance, I'm gonna have you keep focusing your attacks towards the side enemies. Most specifically, your airstrikes on the rune claw. Because those rune claws need to go down. And that was a waste of a turn. And it's about to unleash a strong attack. Alright, that should fully poison Akron. So now, my main focus is going to be towards taking out some of these other enemies. Not that much worried about the poison at the moment. I mainly want to focus on taking out the Rune Claw with some high damaging attacks. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that. And there it goes in that form. Luckily, the enemies are still, other enemies are still in play, so I don't have to worry much about anything else. But now I need to get the regen bunny reactivated. And get some of our defenses back up. First things first, though, I want to keep Akron poisoned. Let's cast Guardian on Natalie right there. I get the feeling... Oh dear. Everyone is now dead. We may be at another point in this fight where I may just have to focus all out towards just keeping everyone alive. That may be a bit difficult right now because now, currently, Natalie is out of MP. So let's give her something to get her MP back up to full. Alright, that's fine. You're free to focus your turns towards support all you'd like, because right now, my main concern is making sure everyone is back up and okay. So I'm okay with that for this turn. Alright, except now we need to hurry up and get our defenses back up. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Alright, keep them well healed. Alright, what's Akron gonna do now? He's Gonna prepare a strong attack, and of course a Cosmic Monolith enters the battlefield at the worst possible time. Of course, Matt's defense is now super low. So I'm gonna have Lance prepare another med pack for Matt. And then I am going to cast Dispel because Akron's about to unleash a super powerful attack. Alright, missed there. And super strong attack time. Okay, that thing is increasing evasion. Something I don't like it doing. So let's get some magic defense up. So we could use some magic defense. And then Matt. What do I want Matt to do? I kind of would like Matt to continue trying to poison Akron at the moment. Because Akron should eventually be taken down. So that being said, I'll find another way to do some things with the other guys. But for now, what do I want to go for next? I want to keep going for taking down that Rune Claw. Because that Rune Claw has been a real annoyance throughout the fight so far, and oh, that's not good. That is really not good. So I may need to focus this turn towards doing some dispelling. So Matt, you're gonna need to focus on dispelling everyone this turn. And then Natalie, you focus on poisoning Akron. I'd go with Lance's Toxic Gas skill, but, like, everyone else is, like, resistant or poison can heal them. So that's really not a good idea at the moment. So let's actually have Lance activate Guardian on Matt, because Matt's defenses are super low right now. And it just altered its defenses again. Another strong attack to brace for. Okay, I'm not that much worried about the Cosmic Monolith, since that thing can't deal that high of damage as long as we keep our defenses high. So I'm going to continue to focus on the poison strat on Akron. His current form, I believe, is not in any way immune or can be healed by poison. So why don't we have Lance cast an Unload on the Rune Claw, because that Rune Claw's been at it for a while, and I would prefer we get rid of the Rune Claws. Oh dear. That's gonna be a bit problematic. Anyway, let's get the regular defense up. And then what do I want everyone else to do? Keep poisoning Akron, because as long as Akron remains poisoned, he'll continue to take damage. I can't see how high it's at, though, at the moment. So that's something that's going to be a little bit problematic. But I'll keep focusing my attacks towards the Rune Claw, even though the Rune Claw is dealing high damage at the moment. And Lance is down again. And all of our stats are dispelled. Okay, hurry up and revive Lance, because we're in trouble now. First things first. Let's get all of ourselves fully healed. And then I'd recommend, let's cast a med pack so Natalie's no longer poisoned. Would probably have been better to cast something else, but I'm thinking on my feet right now. Okay, that thing's casting another... will that be enough to take out Matt, though? It's not. Okay, that's the good news. Except the poison killed Matt now. We need to keep everyone alive. And right now, the game is making that very difficult at the moment. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cast Lance's Limit Break Oblivion in an attempt to take out that Rune Claw. Because that Rune Claw has been annoying for a while now, with it continuously doing healing and stuff. And I don't have to worry about Rune Claws for a while, luckily, now. Alright. This is our chance to get our stats back up and everything. So let's start with the regen bunny. I'm going to have Matt focus some of his turns towards poisoning Akron. And then Lance, you need to stay well healed, because none of our defenses are buffed yet. And of course it's immediately preparing a strong attack. And of course our regen is disabled immediately, which is stupid. So we're currently in a lot of trouble. Alright, we need to focus this turn towards getting our magic defense up. Matt, you need to cast Dispel on him. And then, Lance, what do I want Lance to do? Because there isn't much he can do at the moment. Aside from casting, maybe just trying to deal some damage to the Cosmic Monolith. Which, of course, all misses. Wait, what just... Oh, dear. It looks like this fight's gonna be a bit tougher than I expected. So, maybe what I'll do is I'll take the time offline to kind of rethink my strategy. Because, yeah, I was not ready for that. At least we know now what to expect. We will beat him eventually, though. But for now, I'm going to have to end this episode here. So this was not the finale as I expected. Mainly because of a lot of problems in terms of my setup. I don't remember this fight being that hard. But nonetheless, there isn't much I can do to really be better prepared. All I can really do is just rethink what clothing I have equipped and go along with that. We'll see how it goes. Until then, though, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is the Gamer of Gamers, and stay excellent, everyone.